On top of that, it's generally not how they think.
Right.
You know? I mean, look at Floyd. Like, Floyd spends money like it's a tap. Like, he's got a tap. Just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, now he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. All the money, you got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And,
yeah.
You know, he got the latest watch and the latest car. And look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that shit. Like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like $3 million. There's watches that are $3-5 million. That's crazy. So you buy a watch and a car, you're down 10. That's nuts. That's nuts.
Crazy.
I remember Iran Barkley was talking about that. Iran Barkley, when he was in his prime, was hanging out with all these professional athletes, and everybody was getting diamond-crusted chains and this and that, and he was keeping up with these people. Like, you got to keep up with the Joneses. And he just found himself, like, draining all of his money. He was talking about it like that was the biggest detriment to him being able to save any.
Joe Rogan claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. earned massive wealth, but spent it recklessly, flaunting luxury cars, watches, and expensive collections while neglecting taxes, assuming the money would never run out, ultimately leading to the loss of nearly $1 billion.
It's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know. He was talking about it like that was the biggest detriment to him being able to save any money.
Mm-hmm. They trying to keep up.
Yeah. Which I thought was funny when I was listening to this conversation with Chad Ochocinco. He was talking about it. He was like,
his jewelry fake.
Yeah, he was wearing fake jewelry.
Well, who would know?
What's that?
Who would know?
No one know. Exactly.
It's
fake
like when
jewelry,
they look at her like
flying economy. He was sleeping at the stadium, like, so he didn't have to pay for an apartment. So smart, so clever, you know. But that's a guy like.
Joe Rogan said Floyd Mayweather Jr. built his persona around flaunting wealth, showing off luxury watches and creating envy, but added that now the visible consequences of that lifestyle are clear for everyone to see.
Watching him fight because they hate him, because he talks so much shit. And he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like, he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like, this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like fucking $5 million. And so you hate him. People hate him.
He creates envy.
Yes.
Nicholas Irving claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. spends nearly $1 million a day, constantly traveling, visiting casinos, gambling heavily, and living an extravagant, non-stop luxury lifestyle.
You got gambling and all, of course, the gambling, you know, casinos and all that. He lives a very interesting lifestyle, very fast paced. I think the average person will have a hard time keeping up, but it's the amount of it. You got the private jets, you got the cars. But no, he could easily spend a few $500,000, $1 million+ in a day. Like, I agree with you 100%. I mean, $400 million in a fight, and you put into like a high escrow or something like that, yeah, you keep pulling in really good interest. But I don't know. I know the dude can spend a lot of money like it's nothing. Like $1 million, $2 million, $5 million for Floyd in a day or a week is like nothing.
Yeah, that's insanity. I mean, it would not surprise me if all of this is hyperbole. You know, I've always looked at Floyd as a very, very smart person, not just in the ring, but outside of the ring.
Yeah.
And I say this because much of what we see, it's the show. He understood. He was in show business.
Yep.
DJ Vlad said a major jeweler told him Floyd Mayweather Jr. might be facing financial struggles due to years of heavy spending on jewelry, watches, cars, and other luxury items.
I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow,
Right.
as long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever.
Right.
And with my investments, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even selling my stocks.
Right.
So I assume that Mayweather was in a similar spot because he
Right.
made so much cash, and if you invested even in common stocks, you should do pretty well. But I mean, listen, Mayweather never flies commercial. He's only flying private.
So he doesn't own his own plane?
I don't think so. I've never seen a Mayweather plane, like a Drake plane. I've never seen that. Not to say that he doesn't. I don't know Mayweather like that. I've never.
Chael Sonnen explained that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is still a boxer at the end of the day, and many fighters lose wealth after retirement as fame fades. He noted that once prime years pass, public attention and earning power can gradually decline.
The money. What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say he can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question. But it's the fact that they're attempting to tease him. I mean, first off, they're asking the question. Look, I've told you until I'm blue in the face. The numbers that you hear in boxing simply aren't true. Floyd made $1 billion. No, he didn't. Floyd and Conor made $500 million. No, they didn't. Of course they didn't. Nobody's ever confirmed that. Literally nobody. It's the same thing with boxing pay-per-view. Whatever boxing pay-per-view is the biggest boxing pay-per-view of all time, it's just whoever put out the press release and lied more than the person before them. These have never been confirmed by leadership of a publicly traded company. Who is the one that supplies the pay-per-view? It is illegal.
WAC 100 claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. struggled financially for nearly 20 years, adding that even $20 million could be considered broke by standards.
know Floyd, I've talked to Floyd, I've asked him questions about this. And rule number one is, if Floyd ain't talking about it and Floyd ain't promoting it, then it's just talk.
They're accusing him of going broke because he's looking for these fights.
They've been accusing Floyd of going broke for 20 years. Now, let's talk about going broke. Maybe down to 200 million. Maybe that's his broke. I don't know.
Maybe that's his broke.
What I do know is his homes is still there because when he tell me to come see him, it's the same addresses. Every time he called me, it's stars on the roof. Right? So I don't know unless somebody is hacked into this man's finances. They always accuse the man of going broke. So maybe
Nicholas Irving explained that the financial concerns surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. are often tied to the extravagant lifestyle he maintained for years. According to Irving, Mayweather regularly spent massive amounts on entertainment, travel, and luxury experiences, not just for himself, but for his entire inner circle that he described situations where Mayweather would take his crew on high-end shopping sprees, cover private jet travel, and even rent out full movie theaters for private viewings. These habits, Irving noted, created daily expenses that could reach hundreds of thousands, or even exceed $1 million at times.
If there's any legitimacy to that, like how on God's green earth could this man be broke?
His lifestyle. I've been around like hanging out for days, weeks. It's the lifestyle. Like when you got a 40-man entourage, you got other people and you take everybody out, pay for everything, shopping, the mall, going out to eat, renting out an entire movie theater. Yeah, just to go watch a movie at whatever time he wanted. It was like the theater was closed when we got rolled up to the movie theater. And, you know, you got the girls and all. Yeah, it's and you rent out a whole movie theater for 40, 50 plus people, I bet that bill can rack up.
Nicholas Irving emphasized that the deeper issue for Floyd Mayweather Jr. wasn't just heavy spending, but a lack of strong long-term investments to secure his financial future. Instead of focusing on stable, lasting ventures, Mayweather reportedly prioritized enjoying luxury and personal experiences, which gradually put pressure on his overall wealth. Over time, this mix of constant high-end spending and limited investment planning created a potentially unstable financial situation. Irving's perspective paints a lifestyle that, while glamorous and attention-grabbing, may not be sustainable long-term. It serves as a reminder that even the highest-earning athletes can face financial challenges if careful planning and smart investments are overlooked in favor of immediate gratification.
And I say this because much of what we see, it's the show. He understood. He was in show business.
Yep.
When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was a boxer that was doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning fights.
Mm-hmm.
But when he became Money Mayweather and changed that persona and put that marketing machine behind the I live this lavish lifestyle, that's when you started seeing him make these big money fights.
Yeah.
That's when it all changed for him.
Yep.
And that's not by accident. It's not by chance. This guy's not dumb. He's not a guy whatsoever.
No. And I don't think, that's what I'm saying, I don't think he's broke. I think it's a lot of, to get eyes on.
You say it's the least surprising thing ever, but can you, Jeremy, just look up for me, okay, the amount of earnings that we're talking about here? Because while, athletic money being blown is a bit of a cliche, there are very few athletes ever who have made the kind of money that Floyd Mayweather has made. And because he's the best in the history of pay-per-view at making sure that the money ends up in his pocket. He is, or has been, a businessman as an athlete that almost doesn't have a peer because he owns all his own stuff as an independent. Your spending has to be so fiscally irresponsible to lose the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather has lost that it is almost beyond anything that is reason. It's not merely fiscal insanity. It's something that doesn't make any sense.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more boxing news and updates.